Boys
See,
want
and I
to.
just
Levels
feel
are all so high.
I know. I am going to bring it down. And so then I'm thinking, okay, rat, and then boo-doo. I'm just getting the level.
I thought you were having like a
I
stroke.
know. I was like, what?
You're right there, Jay.
Welcome to Quick Sidebar, where we talk about anything and everything and get distracted often. I'm Jake here with
Bradley.
and
Dan.
today
Exasperation.
today let's discuss irrational childhood fears.
Dun dun. Sound effect. Practical sound effect. Come
Okay,
on.
I'll throw one in later too, just to make it.
Like the, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just
to
add
make it
some
really
nasty
redundant.
reverb on it. And I'll just
There you go. Dun dun. I like that.
Okay, so today we're talking about the things that we look back at now and we think that was silly. I shouldn't have been afraid of that, but we were because we were children. We didn't know better. So, Dan,
Yeah.
what's the first irrational childhood fear that comes to mind? Describe it in detail.
In detail. First major one was that my neighbor was going to eat me as a child, and this is because of my father. So if you're listening, Dad, thanks for that. And he knows he did this. So we grew up with this neighbor up to the side of our house. If you're looking at the house, they were to the left, and they had like a really bad son. He was like a drug dealer, and like people were constantly coming and going from the house, and really shady, like sketchy shit.
Nice.
And so to prevent me from going anywhere near their yard or house, he told me that my neighbor would eat me if I got too close to his house. So I lived in fear of the end of my hallway in my house, thinking that this guy was going to come busting through the wall and like grab me and take me away. And then I distinctly remember my aunt and uncle bought like this little goofy like spy kit, you know, had like a sound catching like the big, and you'd hold it and you could hear. So I would like army crawl to the end of my hallway and like put that against the wall to see if I could hear my neighbor and prepare for his attack. Yeah,
Wow.
he was a weird. Okay, first of all, he was a weird dude because he would only cut his grass at night, and I'm not kidding about that. And when I say night,
What?
I don't mean like 5 o'clock or 6
Like-
o'clock, like 10 o'clock at night, like dark.
That's rude.
Yeah. Oh,
People
yeah.
are trying to go to bed.
Oh, the guy's weird.
Just
He
not
would
even
just smoke cigars like crazy, and he would never pull his pants up. Talk about plumber's crack. So that's
Say
a
no to
whole,
crack, folks.
We'll say this for the neighbors episode.
We have a neighbors
Oh,
episode.
well, maybe bad neighbors. Come on, everyone has bad neighbors.
Oh, I got a lot of stories.
Tune in next time for bad neighbors. Anyway, he would like do yard work and shit in the middle of the night, and yeah, so naturally I was like, okay, this guy is a little weird. And then my dad told me he would eat me if I got too close to him, so I was afraid that he would eat me.
And do you feel like you've overcome that irrational fear?
I don't know. Every time I see him now, I'm still kind of like, oh, there's our neighbor.
The real question is, how do you feel like that has affected the person you are today?
Yeah, I think that's good. Let's analyze how has it shaped us. How has it shaped you
How has that shaped you as a man?
as a person?
I mean, now it's just kind of like funny. Because the guy's, he's relatively normal-ish. So growing up, I should preface this. We used to call him Boo because of Boo Radley in Particular Mockingbird.
Why is this coming back?
Because in that story that you haven't read, Bradley, Boo Radley only comes out at night and does shit at nighttime, and that's why he leaves notes for Scout and does all this stuff at night. And so my parents nicknamed our neighbor Boo because he'd only do shit at nighttime.
Would they call him Boo?
Oh yeah, so we still refer to him as Boo. We're like, oh look, there's Boo.
That's
and
nice,
thinking
at
about
least.
it now, like now that I'm saying it is really stupid and weird.
So
but,
now, every time someone comes out and scares you, you just think of your neighbor.
well,
Is your first thought like, don't eat me? Oh wait, hey,
Yeah.
hey.
well now not so much, but now when I see the end of my hallway, I'm like, oh, I used to be afraid of that because I used to think Boo would pop out and fucking eat me. And his real name is Royal, by the way. What a
Royal.
His name is Royal, like Royal Blue, or like the royal family is Royal.
Royal Boo.
Royal Boo.
I got
Thought of
it
it.
first.
That's pretty good. Yeah, no, but that's it. Yeah, just fear of being eaten by my neighbor.
All right.
I don't know. I guess now it's just like, I don't think it really worries me now so much. I don't even think about
Okay.
it.
I hope not.
Yeah.
You're 26.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very old. Thanks for reminding everyone.
Hey, quick sidebar. First, thanks for sharing, Dan.
Of course.
The quick sidebar. Oh God, Dan just devoured a writ. Quick sidebar. we are currently still trying to figure out a routine for our podcast, and we're homeless.
We record
Our
in a different
podcast is
place
homeless.
every session. We record in a whole different location.
And so today we are in a practice room at our music school's practice room facility area.
Why'd you phrase it weird? We're in the practice rooms at the UCA, which is part of Colorado State.
Wow. Now they can come find us.
Yeah.
We've already talked about CSU
Because this is live.
Come find us, guys. We're still here.
We're right here, right now.
If you hear the weird sound of rustling wood or
Rustling wood?
like
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, no, because early
Wood does not rustle.
You mean creaking wood? Rustling.
show me the
Rustling
definition of rustling. While you're looking that up, if you hear rustling wood or a shrill violin or
That's
clarinet,
a shirt right there, rustling wood.
that's why. And so, have grace. Give us grace. Give yourself grace.
Rustling wood.
I hate it all.
I don't think I bet you one person needed to hear that. One person needed permission to
There's
give
a
themselves
street
grace.
in North Carolina.
I don't know who it is.
Rustling Woods Drive.
Why is this? Why are you looking up rustling wood?
I just wanted to see.
definition
I wanted to see
of
what would
rustling
happen
wood.
if I looked up rustling wood specifically first.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Okay, I found this on the web.
Rustling to make a succession of slight, soft sounds. What the guys? That works.
When in your life has anyone referred to wood as rustling?
I don't know. It
Yeah,
was the
okay.
first word that came to my head, but it's a real word,
No,
and I used it
know it's a
correctly.
real
I
word.
used it correctly. Soft sounds made by the
Okay.
wood.
Technically, yes, you did use it correctly.
Thank you. Bradley, do you have one, or you want me to go?
Irrational childhood fear? Well, I mean, I
have
was
another
afraid of
one
the
if you
dark.
think.
Okay.
But everyone was afraid of the dark.
I'm still afraid of the
Right,
dark.
but like, what are some things that you would do because of your fear
Yeah,
of the
okay,
dark?
it's
Like,
more
how would you
reaction.
avoid it?
Yeah.
It's not so much the fear; it's how you handle the
Guys,
fear.
I'm taking the teeves off. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna smell more than it already does.
I don't know if I would do anything like super weird. You
Oh,
know,
no
I
way.
would
That's just total sound pollution, you dick.
Sorry.
No, you're right. It does smell worse.
Does it? Can you already smell it?
Mhm.
Oh, so sorry. Yeah, there's no airflow in here. All right, we only have 30 more minutes, so.
30.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was afraid of the dark. I don't know. I didn't.
What just happened there? What was?
Sorry, I just kind of.
Jake just looked at my socks.
They are.
Are you wearing your gangsta socks?
Yeah, I am.
They have the word gangsta, Gangsta, written in black
Is this a
behind
spelling bee.
a shimmering gold. And it's
why do you
plastered
have
everywhere.
those?
Those are hilarious.
Big gift.
Oh, it was a gift
From
for
who?
a white elephant.
Oh. Someone we don't know.
Oh no, not white elephant. It was Secret Santa. That's completely different. For work, it was a work thing.
Gangsta. That's
Yeah.
were you at Olive Garden or Starbucks?
No, Starbucks.
Okay.
Olive Garden people don't care about their employees.
Oh man.
No one's
guys.
friends at
I'm
Olive
so
Garden.
Sorry. These are going back on.
All right.
I don't think it's gonna.
I can't even tolerate it.
Wow. Can't even tell.
Honestly, I
yourself.
didn't smell anything.
It's
to be
more
real
like I
with you.
can't tolerate it because I am self-conscious about them smelling and feeling like you guys can't.
I
tolerate it.
honestly
I feel like
can't smell
most
it.
of this episode is just going to be us casually chatting about things that have nothing to do with our actual topic.
That's the point.
Maybe that's all this is about. Is we're too afraid to confront our irrational fears.
Wow.
Deep.
I feel like you didn't really listen to me. You reacted too quickly.
Didn't he? He jumped on that
Yeah,
reaction. He
seriously.
was like,
It's like he knew,
wow.
he knew he was going to say that before I started talking, you asshole.
Well, I saw where it was going. I knew what you, I don't know. I knew what you were saying.
Well,
Wow, Bradley
Casey Affleck's in a movie, The Old Man and the Gun. Thanks, IMDb. Okay. So, The Dark.
Casey Affleck in a movie.
That's primarily what I was afraid of. as a
That's it?
child.
But like, would you? I
No,
mean,
Casey Affleck in a movie.
Casey Affleck.
let me tell you, the first time I saw a trailer for Good Will Hunting, I shit my pants. Were we even born? When did Good Will Hunting come out?
I think I was alive.
98.
I don't know.
96, I think.
Did you know Matt Damon wrote that as an assignment at Harvard? He was in a creative writing class, I think, or it was some.
I've never
English
seen
class.
it. I've wanted to see it.
Oh,
I've
it's very good. But
I've
like
heard good things about
he
it.
wrote it when he was 21, and then he and Ben Affleck
Wow, way
collaborated
to make
like put it
me
together.
feel even worse about my place in life. Thank you, Jake.
I don't apologize. So, what are some of the things that you would do to avoid the dark?
Like the intricate system of wires to turn your light off when you're already in bed.
No, I didn't have that. I had a nightlight.
Okay. Yeah.
I should get a nightlight. I run into shit in the middle of the night now. I need a nightlight, bro. I'm at that age. Like,
You're not afraid of the dark because of like the normal reasons that people
I'm
are afraid of the
stubbing
dark.
my
You're
toes.
like, oh my gosh, if I get out of bed, am I gonna hit something?
I might fall and not be able to get back up, guys. That's a real worry for me. at
Damn,
this
you're
age.
not that old.
I
Dude.
feel old. But no, I'm afraid of the dark too. But like, did you have any like you like to like turn off the light and then jump into bed because you didn't want the monsters
Oh,
to
yeah.
grab your feet?
I mean,
See?
yeah, you
There you
can't.
go.
You can't walk right up to the bed in the dark,
Oh, I would.
or even in the light. If the light's on, you can't walk up to your bed. I mean, now you can, but not when I was young.
My bed doesn't have any spaces underneath, so I don't have to worry about something grabbing me.
I never had that fear. Actually, I never had that fear
Oh,
of,
really?
of like something under my bed.
Oh, I definitely did.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
and
You can't have your feet or your hands hanging over the edge of
Well,
your
what?
bed.
And
Dude.
it's funny. I wonder if that's because like society like taught us to be afraid of under the bed. Like, 'cause you see, there's movies about it and like Goosebumps and stuff. So it's almost like if those things hadn't been available for us to view or read or whatever, would we be afraid of beneath the bed?
Probably not. I mean, why are we afraid of the dark? I guess it's the unknown.
Well, I
The
think
fear
with the
of
dark,
the unknown.
it's like your animalistic side. It's like you don't know what's in the dark, so potentially there could be a threat to you. And because humans aren't made to function at night, I think it's like a naturalistic fear of the dark. But then it spirals into like our imagination makes it worse.
I would have to go downstairs into my basement for something. I would be in the basement, and then I would like hit the lights and sprint up the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
I just remember my heart would just be
Basements are
pounding,
scary
and I'd
as
be like,
fuck.
and then
Yeah.
afterwards, like, nothing was there.
Yeah.
I was like aware of it. I was
Yeah,
aware of the
uh-huh.
fear, but I couldn't get it out of my head.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, but it's like the same thing. It's like basements are creepy because like you were told through media and entertainment that they're
Right.
creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of creepy to a point just because they're like down and they're usually dark when you go into them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's but again, I don't think it's weird that a lot of our fears, like spiders, like why are you guys afraid of spiders?
I
Like-
think so. Like I'm not as much as I used to be.
Do
I
you
used
run
to be
away from them if
terrified
you
of
see them, or are
spiders.
you just like don't touch me?
I actually have a good story about a spider once.
Bring it on.
As a kid, I was in the basement and I was playing a game or watching cartoons or something. See how I just like put a bunch of stuff that we talked about together? Just call back.
Wow,
Anyway,
beautiful mastery.
I was actually though. Anyway, in the basement watching cartoons or something, and there was a spider like all the way like on the other side of the basement. It was a pretty big basement, but I saw it from like a distance, and I remember to this day exactly how I imagined it looked, and I imagined that it was like this huge giant spider, like the body. You can't see my hands, but I'm gesturing to how big it is.
No, here we'll
Like
take
about-
a photo.
No, we don't need to take a photo of
Make
it. It was
that
about.
gesture.
It was about.
Do it.
It was
Bradley.
about-
It's too late.
It was about the size of like a tennis ball.
Yeah, I'd say tennis
Yeah,
ball.
yeah,
in the
tennis ball.
Amazon or something? Did you
And,
grow
like,
up in the?
And it was like scarlet, and it had like this yellow spot on it, like this giant yellow circle on it, and it was weirdly discolored. And I freaked the hell out, and I ran upstairs and like told my family, I was like, "You gotta come down here and see the spider. It's humongous." So we go downstairs, and they find a spider. Still not convinced it was the same spider because it was tiny. It was a really small spider, and we killed it.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, but I just remember,
Sick,
like,
man.
I remember seeing the spider. Like, I have the image of the spider, like, the memory of what the spider looked like in my head, but we never found that in the basement.
He's still out there. He's at large.
Yeah,
He's waiting for you, Brad.
Species of spider never
Tell your
discovered.
family I'm going to get you, and then you
Yeah.
went to tell your family, so he's waiting now.
Yeah.
Spends his life searching for Bradley to kill him.
Okay.
Are you afraid of spiders?
I just don't like them. Like, if I see a spider, I'll be like, ugh. But
Yeah.
it's not like, it's gonna eat me. It's
Yeah.
not
Are
irrational.
you a spider killer too?
Yeah.
Oh, both of you are.
Kind of a
awful
bug
humans.
killer, though. I like
Yeah.
catching flies, trying to catch
Yeah.
flies.
Sick. Disgusting.
All right, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were commenting on, like, how sick.
Sick, bro. You kill flies?
That's red.
Rad, bro.
You know, as the kids say,
Yeah.
groovy.
It's groovy to kill spiders.
Groovy and kill. That's a
Killing spiders is groovy, kids.
It's like a PSA.
Like a PSA.
Yeah.
Speaking of PSAs, quick sidebar. Have you seen this thing, this yellow dino thing that surfaced? This PSA about like.
What?
You guys don't know what I'm talking about? Oh
No.
my god. Check it out. I think you just search yellow dino and it's like this PSA about men like child porn kind of and like sexual assault. It's really strange. And it
What?
starts off and it's like this guy in like a dinosaur suit. He's really like hip and like, hey kids, be careful. There's bad people out there. And then they go to like this mall and this guy like tells these girls he's a modeling agent and brings them back to like this room and he's like taking pictures of them. And then the yellow dino busts in and he's like a completely different person. He's like, I'm here to kick your ass. He doesn't say those exact words, but essentially he turns into like people have said it's like a Power Ranger. He's like, I'm gonna where are the photos? And he rips his safe out of the wall and there's photos in it.
What?
He's like, I'm taking these, and he leaves.
So
All you literally have to Google is yellow dino, and you'll find a ton of versions of it. It's there for your enjoyment.
All right.
Check it out. I don't know how we got to that topic.
it's spiders and eating. Your brain did some crazy things getting
Yeah, I don't
there.
know how I went from spiders to yellow dino.
But
What a jump. We'll have to
alas.
listen back. We'll find out. You guys already know. We just don't know. Because we can't do live listen backs. What are your fears, Jakey?
I had a really irrational fear of lightning and like thunder when I was a kid, and I never really had like a fear that it would like kill me. Actually, no, that's not true. I definitely thought I would die from lightning
Oh.
because you know how commonly people are struck by lightning and killed. It was sarcasm. They're not. But I thought like every time I went outside when it was lightninging, I thought I was gonna die.
Maybe you
it
did
was-
die, and this is all just a hell.
Bum bum.
Irrational adult fears.
Yeah, now we're in adult fear. Sorry, it's venturing into
Do I have cancer? Is this all a dream? Is
Taxes?
everyone out to get me?
This is all in my head. Am I the only real being, and everyone else is a figment of my brain?
Oh my
Are my friends really my friends?
Do my friends really like me?
Dude, John Mulaney
Is
has
this
a great
podcast
bit.
a waste of time?
Yes. To put it bluntly, yes.
Oh my gosh. But I was at a sleepover one time. I was probably in like 4th or 5th
You had a
grade.
sleepover? Nerd. Just kidding. I had
Dan had a
sleepovers.
shitty childhood.
No, I had a lot
Yeah,
of
plenty
sleepovers.
of sleepovers.
Yeah, so did I.
Okay.
With myself at home alone.
That's
Bum bum. Practical effects, man. I'm going to make a mistake.
okay. You're specializing in mouth folio?
Yeah, but we don't have to pay
No,
any
not
royalties.
folio. Foley.
Mouthfolio. yo.
Mouthfolio. That sounds like a villain. I'm Mouthfolio.
It's like Malvolio from Shakespeare's Hamlet. Was it? No, Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my god, you're just on fire
All
today.
right.
bro.
Anyway, but I was at a sleepover and it was lightninging and thundering, and I called my mother at like 12 in the morning to pick me up because it was just too scary.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm my mom's convinced that it happened because when she was pregnant with me, like 8 months in, she and my dad were on a walk, and it started getting really bad, like lightning, thunder, rain, and my mom was like really scared for like me, right? As a mother who bears child would, right?
So you're the elephant man of lightning.
Yeah. Hey, well, that's cool. I'm the
So you can be lightning man.
I'm the lightning fin man.
The lightning fit man.
Yeah. Orange
Michael
vodka
Jackson bought his
juice.
bones or something weird like that. That's kind of fun.
That's not fun.
That's all I have for that. I'm not gonna.
Great.
Cool. I had this fear. Yeah, this is also because of my mom. Jeez, Mom.
Thanks a lot, Miss Kademi. Mrs. Kademi. Mama Kademi. Mrs. Jake's mom.
Anymore?
That's all I got.
Okay, so
Is that her name?
that's what my mom.
Did I guess it right?
Yeah.
I remembered.
I feel like Dan has outed so many details
Yeah.
about Jake's life.
Seriously, my first, middle, and last name, my mother's name. We'll just bleep it out.
We'll bleep out every time we say
Kademi.
I see what you're doing. You're making my job harder.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
Jake, the son of has to do all the editing.
So
So look at Jake's faces. We're like, I hate this.
so she
She.
got this email forward like
the chain.
early 2000s.
Oh, back and
Probably
forwards.
like 2006, 2007. Probably like 2004 to 2006, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And it was that one that was advertised. It was about this British car commercial that they had made where this car is driving down this street, like, and it's kind of in this foresty kind of. It's like a very
we all know what you're talking about.
It's a very green area. And so I was a very intense kid. Like anytime I was ever engaging in anything, it was like 150% focus. So my mom's got me like in front of the computer. And I'm reading this description, and they're saying, like, this was a commercial that was that was filmed but never aired because of some paranormal activity that they thought they saw in the live footage. So it's like as the car bends past and comes out of like hiding from this set of trees, keep a lookout for like a white essence or a white aura in front of the car. See if you can see it. And so I've got my face fucking glued to the screen, and my mom's got the speakers up high, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna see it.
No.
And
I know
so
what this is.
the car bends around, and there's like this nice music, and it bends, and then it like stops, or no, like it goes behind the trees, and you can't see it, and it doesn't come out. So I'm getting anxious, and all of a sudden this zombie man jumps out of the screen, just
Oh yeah.
scared the I fell off the chair and started bawling. And because of that, see, that's just the intro. Because of that,
afraid of cars in Europe.
I was afraid. For months, every time I lifted a toilet seat or opened my shower, I was convinced I would see that guy again. So my mind was doing weird things where I could like see it in the water of the toilet, so I'd like shut it. I was weird.
Wow.
But it scared, and then it took me until like my freshman year of college to watch a scary movie, because
I have it right here for you. Want to
no, I don't want to watch that. No, you know what? We as friends are all about empowering each other to help each other grow. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. I know this video too. And real quick, this is the reason why when I see videos online, if I'm not sure the source, I'll literally turn away and watch them at the corner of my eye.
Oh yeah, I'll cover my...
Because I just assume some shit's going to pop up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I should have known it wasn't a British car commercial. They're driving on the right side of the road. I'm a fucking idiot. Oh! I hated that. It's much better now. I'm better.
Yeah.
But no, I couldn't watch scary movies because not like the themes or the images never scared me. It was just the idea of a jump scare. And one time, here's another funny story. I was at a corn maze for a friend's birthday party in fourth grade. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty anxious about it, not knowing that I've got like I'm all freaked out about scary stuff. But I'm like anxious because it's like, oh, scary corn maze, whatever. And it's like 12 of us, and we walk in. And everyone's kind of freaked out. We're all like, little 12, what is it, like 10-year-old boys just like holding on to each other, all screaming or whatnot. And I think we're maybe 10 seconds in, and one of the scary guys who was dressed as like the Grim Reaper and had his like scythe or whatnot, and it just like grazed my shoulder, and I lost my shit, and I just collapsed. I collapsed and started hyperventilating, and they carried me out of the fucking corn maze.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Did Bradley do that to somebody?
Yeah,
so real quick here. This is a
quick sidebar.
This is last year, me and Brad had the pleasure of working at a corn maze. Mm-hmm. Wow, am I a little too loud?
Just
lean back.
No, don't lean back.
Just talk quiet.
Just tone it. Tone it down.
Yeah.
I'll talk
don't get so excited.
Oh no, this is an exciting story.
All right, I'll just have my hands on the levels.
And so me and Brad got assigned to the first little stretch of this.
Did you hear all that rustling wood?
All that rustling shoe. It's leather rustling. The shoe was rustling. It wasn't
rustling
wood.
Shoe. Anyway, yeah.
And we were on the initial stretch. Mm-hmm. And by the way, Bradley turns into a whole different human when he's scaring people.
Yes. Okay. So hold on. So they had these like terrifying executioner masks. Like literally, I think if you Google executioner mask, it'll be the first thing that comes out.
Oh yeah.
It's a pretty typical mask, but so they had these two masks, and so me and Dan decided we were going to be like the brothers, the creepy executioner brothers, and I got this idea as we were scaring that you're not really expecting to see something crawling around on the ground.
Yeah, crawl like a freaking demon across the alleyway from one corn thing to the other.
So there were these two girls. It was like
a group of girls.
It was like 5 girls. And they come in and they go down the dead end because you can turn left or right, and right is a dead end. So they go down the dead end, and I know they're coming back. So
I purposely send them down the dead end to fuck with people. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's the way. And then they would go.
Yeah. And so these girls come out, and I start crawling around on the ground, and they're freaking out. And this one girl, like, they all start running down the left path to, like, go the right way. And we can't follow them super far, but, like, I'm chasing after them on the ground, going all nuts. And one of the girls just, like, stops dead in her tracks and just curls up in a ball on the ground and starts crying.
Yeah.
And her friends just leave her there.
Yeah.
They keep
She
going.
was so upset to the point that I had to take my mask off, rehumanize myself, and say,
Literally.
"Are you okay?" And
Yeah,
walk
we
her to
bo-
her groove.
We both had to go up to her and take our masks off and go, "It's okay, please."
We're just dorky theater
Yeah,
kids.
We're just overzealous theater kids who like scaring people.
We're too committed to the part.
And I'll be
Remember the guy who
honest.
peed?
What?
Yeah, that guy who peed in the corn. You remember that guy?
Oh yeah, I do remember that guy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Bradley Bradley scared this little girl so much that she fell down and gave up life. She accepted death, essentially, and gave up and started crying. Kind of like what Jake did. And so Bradley is that for someone. So now the little girl's going to grow up and be afraid of corn mazes because of
Yeah.
Bradley.
Yeah.
But
Fuck
hey,
you, Bradley.
hey, no, we were getting
You're
paid.
the reason
Hey.
I'm fucked up, man.
hey, I'll be honest. I felt a little bad, but I do not regret it.
oh,
in
no.
the least.
No,
I'm
don't feel
so
bad.
glad I
Don't feel
made
bad.
someone cry.
Hey, don't feel bad. We were working in a haunted corn maze. There was no like, oh, this is just corn maze. They knew it was haunted when they went in there. And Bradley scared her, which you got paid to do. It was a job, Jake. So, good job, Brad. Don't feel bad. Back to the dark thing. It's like we're standing in literally the middle of nowhere with no lights and it's just darkness. It was very scary because it got to the point where the moonlight was you could see enough to get around, but it was like, oh god, there could be some shit right in this corn.
Yeah.
And one night we heard some creepy shit move out there, and then we didn't go back after that. That's not why we didn't go back, but
Another childhood fear that I had actually was Slender Man. Slender Man was big for me.
Ooh.
the game or just like the guy himself.
I was afraid of
Well,
the game.
I mean,
wouldn't touch it.
Would you have played that game as a kid, Jake?
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking about, like, the physical game.
Which is a movie that came out of him. I heard
yeah,
it's
yeah,
awful.
yeah. Uh-huh. I've heard it's terrible. Yeah, I kind of want to see it though because I was really into Slender Man as a
I like
kid.
shitty
Have you guys
movies.
seen the trailer for it?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang it.
Well, I maybe
sorry.
parts. I thought I've maybe seen like the teaser trailer. I haven't seen like the actual trailer.
I would play the game, and the game was like the first horror game I ever played, so it was like freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
And I'd play it with my friend, but I actually kind of got to the point where like I started to like, I was that kid who was like looking up Slender Man. I wanted to know more about him, and then I like found this one video that like terrified me because it was this video that was like all of this like it was like set up like a documentary, and it was all this historical stuff where like Slender Man has actually showed up in like history. Like look at this like Egyptian hieroglyph of
It's him.
Slender Man and like
With his
all
suit,
this other
did he have
stuff.
a tie and a pinstripe suit and that too?
No. And like all these like historical evidence that he's actually been around for years and years and years. And like as a kid I was like, oh my gosh, Slender Man could actually be real.
He could want your soul.
Yeah, and so Slender Man was a big deal for me as a kid.
I like Slender Man. The idea of him is really interesting to me.
Yeah, yeah. I
Interesting.
I find it really fascinating.
Yeah, no.
Now I'm not as much scared as I am like I think it's just cool.
That's why I like the Wolfman movies and stuff. I used to be like terrified of werewolves as a kid. Like that was like my monster I was afraid of was werewolves for some reason. And it's because I watched this like apparently a children's program and there was a werewolf that like was outside these people's house or something and like I don't know. It was just some weird video I remember seeing as a kid where it was a werewolf guy and it scared the shit out of me. So I was terrified of werewolves for a long time.
Wow.
But then that turned into like I like werewolves because they're scary to me, so I like to be scared, you know. So I'm like,
I love
werewolves are
werewolves.
cool. Yeah. Oh, and
The history of werewolves, by the way, is really creepy and messed up.
Like the history
Like
of
I like wrote a paper about werewolves for school.
Are you saying they're real, Bradley? Are werewolves real?
Wow,
Werewolves are real.
That's
You
that's
heard it here,
hard to-
post.
You hear it off.
That's
Wow,
hard
what
to
did I-
say.
what did
I
I
don't
just
know.
say?
Yeah,
But
You heard it here, post.
You heard it here first, folks. Werewolves are
but
real.
there's like all like this. Basically, the way that like the idea kind of originated was that there was like all this. Basically, you had to sell your soul to Satan in order to become a werewolf, and there was these like really messed up rituals you'd have to perform in the woods while like naked and like all kinds of weird stuff. Like
naked in the woods.
I was like 13 years old writing this paper about werewolves, finding out all
and
this
nudity
like dark
in the woods. You
dark
hear that,
stuff.
Bradley's parents? You should have been.
Wait a
watching.
second. Is Arthur Miller's The Crucible just about werewolves?
Yeah.
No, it's about the witches, dude.
Damn it.
Oh, you were doing a
Dan,
bit. But you were so serious, I couldn't tell. I was like, oh, actually, no, that's not about werewolves.
I was acting.
From here on
You
out,
convinced me.
from here on out on the podcast, if we're doing a bit, let's make sure to wink at each other.
Make it really clear.
But the audience won't know.
Exactly.
Until we get video, which is coming eventually, hopefully.
Fingers
Even
crossed.
then, still wink.
This is for the
Really
audio-only
visibly.
viewers.
Yeah.
The audio-only listeners. This is fake. This is a bit. This whole thing is a bit. Our lives are a bit.
Wow.
I also was afraid of a monster outside of my window with maracas. Again, because of some Sesame Street type bullshit I watched as a kid, some little girl had like a monster outside of her window who would dance with maracas, and so I was so afraid of this maraca wielding fiend that I wouldn't sleep. So my bed was a twin, so when you're little, that's enough for like 2 children to sleep in. So like, you have like 2 pillows, and I would always sleep on the side closest. I get furthest from the window is a better way to phrase it, because I was afraid he'd come to the window. I was really afraid of things popping out of walls and shit and like pulling me away.
Jeez.
I
I'd
was
love to
What?
understand the psychology of that.
Psychology of what? It was a childhood fear, Jake.
All right.
I'm still afraid of the maraca. Now there was a maraca monster, I'd jump out the window, beat his ass.
You'd go through the wall.
Psh, yeah, now he'd be
Dan's
afraid of
the
me.
monster.
I flip. Speaking of that, I Am Legend was originally written to be told from the vampire's perspective, and Will Smith's character is the monster.
No, what? That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's written like because it sets up like tricks you like when spoiler alert, and it's like these people, these beings who have like they talk about this legend, this monster that comes out during the day or whenever time, and they keep and it's about that, and you find out at the end that he's actually
That's how like
normal.
the book is written, right?
That's
Yeah, it's in the
so
book.
cool.
Yeah.
Which is why the movie would have been so cool if that's how it was. You find out that the
Well,
whole
the
time
thing
this monster
it's
was.
harder to do it with a movie though, because you get to see the vampires and that they look like vampires.
Yeah, but you could have
Also-
established that
And
they were
that
just
the
like weird looking
monster is-
people or something.
I mean, I guess you
All-
like clever film work with the Will Smith.
Yeah.
But also, like, what was that movie made? Like 2007, 2008?
2004.
Oh, what?
I Am Legend. I'm
geez.
pretty sure it's
Yeah.
2004.
Well, whenever it was, I mean, the practical effects and the CGI for the monsters, like,
2007. You're right.
it didn't look great.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking like of having an entire movie, I guess they would have planned accordingly. But
Yeah.
I don't think I could have I don't think I would have taken it very seriously.
Well, no, they would have had to make the monsters look more
human.
normal,
Yeah.
and then he'd be the.
Dang, that'd be so cool though. Someone should make that.
It'd be interesting because it'd be weird because I'm pretty sure I've read excerpts of the book. I never read the book, but I'm pretty sure they do say that he comes out like during the day, which is like, oh, why are they afraid of the day? So it's established that it's like a different take on society. So you kind of accept that they're weird, which is why when you find out that the monster is just a human, it's like, oh, weird.
Yeah.
What if we are? Because who views us as monsters?
Bugs.
The maraca wielding monster. That's who.
Flies,
Fucker.
spiders.
Yeah.
Spiders. Yeah.
This is not really a fear,
It's
but
like
it was
that.
just an irrational like childhood behavior I had when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
It was very neurotic. I used to whenever I was walking on like a sidewalk, I made sure that like depending on how wide each like square of the sidewalk was, I would like 1, 2, 3 over the crack. 1, 2, 3. Like I
That
was
sounds
very
like OCD.
I
almost.
kind of was a little
I
bit.
still
and
do that.
I
hate
also
stepping on-
still do that.
Dude, if you step on the
In the
crack,
u-
your mom's back will break.
That's the phrase.
Yeah. Yeah.
Step on a crack.
Your mom's back will break.
Right? Is that not how it...
Yeah.
I'm winking. I'm winking. Is that not the phrase?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like at the UCA, the carpets are lined out where like there's some of the like square. It's set up in squares like a grid, and some of the squares the lines are going like up and down, and some of the squares are left and right. And I always make sure to like not always like sometimes you kind of just let it go because it's weird, but so a lot of the times I'll make sure to step on the ones that are going up and down that line up with my foot.
No, I
think-
still
Yeah.
Oh,
do
yeah,
that.
no.
I count
Yeah, I
every
do
time I
things
go
like that
up and
all the
down
time.
stairs.
Oh, you count the
Oh
stairs?
yeah.
Yeah, you might
don't
actually
count
have
the
like
stairs.
mild OCD. That sounds
we
like...
all have mild OCD, let's be honest.
Well, like, diagnosable, though. That sounds... If you count the stairs, that seems like someone who, like...
Okay,
I've never counted stairs.
maybe I like to know in case I'm carrying a big box and can't see the stairs.
No, that's why stairs are
Yeah,
built
right,
the
right.
same height. So
Yeah, but if
you
I
don't
can't
have
see
to.
the stairs and I don't know where I'm going, I'd like to know that I have 11 steps to take so that I don't have to walk down slowly.
What? That your logic is... What?
Okay, example. At my house, we have 11 stairs that go down from our middle floor to our basement.
Okay.
I didn't want to turn the lights on today, and I was carrying groceries.
Uh-huh.
So, it made sense I had 11 steps. I didn't have to worry about like, oh, where's the last step? Where's the last step? Because I can't see. Boom, 11. Boom, done.
You can't tell when you step on flat ground over. You really count? Am I?
You know,
I got no input.
This was a very vulnerable episode, and I feel like you're not treating it with the type of
you counting 11 stairs. Did that happen 20 years ago, or did that just happen yesterday or this morning? Because this is childhood fears.
Dan was my childhood fear.
Wow. All right. Well,
now you know a little more about us.
Yeah.
And
is that it?
I mean, is there any
I don't
more?
really have any more that I can think of.
Yeah. I don't know. Why? Why, Dim?
I want to start an AMSR channel for my. I'm trying to keep the crumbs from flying out of my mouth.
And you're not doing well.
Only one came out.
No, not at all. God, I wish we were recording. Dude, there's
Most
so
of the problems
there's so
in the
many...
world come from people's lack of self-awareness.
I'm fully self-aware.
Good callback. All right, well, thanks for
My
listening. Follow us at quick_sidebar on Instagram and Twitter. Find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. That's so cool that we can say all that.
Yeah.
And
We're
hopefully
doing
someday
something.
we'll even get Spotify on that list. That'd be cool too.
Yeah, my buddies that had their podcast.
Their
Podcast.
podcast.
I like that.
Wow.
Podcast.
Good
It's
one.
on Spotify.
I like that. We'll use that.
Trademark
We're
that
stealing
shit.
Okay.
Sell it to. Sell that to freaking Spotify. Like, hey, we have a phrase. Give us $100 grand and you can
Spodcast.
keep it.
$100,000.
You shoot high, and then when they go, no, we're going to give you nothing, and we're going to take it anyway. You're like, well, at least I tried.
You don't even have bargain. You go from 100,000 to 0.
What? They're not going to pay us. They're just going to take the idea. That's how those corporate people work, man. They don't care.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Leave a review.
Hey, please start leaving comments if you want us to talk about a certain thing, whether that'll be on iTunes or Spotify.
We're running out of
SoundCloud.
ideas.
Oh, I just want to.
No, we're not. We have at least one.
I just want to make a quick comment for Bruce out there. I know we offended you by saying you look like Willem Dafoe. Well, you do. And the thing is, Keegan also is like Jeff Goldblum, so you're not the only one who looks like someone famous. So there you go. We have friends that look like famous people.
Who do I look like?